So now it's time to look at how to actually start seeding the tournament. We've gotten all the tournament data in. We've got the teams, we've got the wrestlers. Now we need to kind of sort things out and start seeding them and placing them on the brackets. So go to the tournament menu here and choose seeding. And what you'll be presented with is a window that looks like this. On the right is where you'll actually see a preview of the bracket once it's seeded. Down here on the bottom will be a list of all the wrestlers at a certain weight class. And then here's where you'll choose which weight class you want. I'm just going to call up 106. And you can see we've got 3, 6, 9 wrestlers here entered at 106. You'll also notice that Hutchinson has 2 kids at that weight class. So what we're going to do to keep the team scores from getting screwed up is we're going to go back into Hutchinson's roster and excuse me, declare one of these guys as unattached. So click the Done button here and close the dialog. Go back up to the tournament menu and View/Edit Team Rosters here. And let's go to Hutchinson. And at 106 here, we're going to declare Dylan here as an unattached wrestler. That means that his team points will not count toward Hutchinson's team points. So go back down, click OK. And now when we go back to the seeding dialog here under the tournament menu, you'll see at 106 that Dylan's team was actually changed to unattached. That's just a cue for Matchmaker not to count his points toward the team points for Hutchinson High School. So, how do you seed them? Well, it's super easy. All you need to do is give a number to each kid that you want seeded. Guys are listed in this dialog according to their winning percentage, so that's why Connor's at the top here. The rest of the guys don't have any wins yet, so they're going to be toward the bottom. So let's say Connor is the number 1 seed, and let's just say for argument that Oscar is number 2 and Connor is number 3. The rest we're going to say are open draw wrestlers, so they're not going to be seeded. You'll notice over here on the right, consolation format, there are several choices for this bracket size. Each bracket has different choices as far as how the consolation wrestleback looks. We're just going to leave this as true third. For a more detailed description on what formats look like, you probably should look at the user manual, and that's posted online. So we'll leave this as true third, which means that every wrestler is going to have a chance to wrestle back for third place regardless of when they lose in the tournament. And then all I have to do is click on the seed button down here, and a bracket is automatically generated that's the correct size for this number of wrestlers. We had 9 guys, so you're going to have 1 pigtail out here, and as you can see, that's drawn in. If you don't like the way it looks for whatever reason, you can just hit that seed button again, and it'll be redrawn. As you can see now, pigtail is moved, guys have been moved into different places. So that's really all there is to seeding. Couple of caveats here. You'll notice if I go to, say, 113, there are quite a few guys from Alexandria at 113 here. So what I'm going to do is go back into the roster area and show you how you can exclude extra wrestlers that are not really going to be participating in the tournament, because Matchmaker downloads everybody on a team roster, not just the varsity guys. So click Done here, and let's go back to the tournament menu and choose View, Edit, Team Rosters again. And as you can see for Alexandria at 113, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wrestlers. All you need to do to remove one of them from the tournament, or multiples of them from the tournament, is just make sure that there's no weight class listed next to their name. So we'll delete everybody here at 113 except for Blake here. And now when we go back to the seating dialog, you'll see that Alexandria now is only going to have 1 wrestler entered in the tournament, and that's Blake down here. We would do the same thing for Hutchinson here, having a couple. Elk River looks like it has a couple of kids, and Andover as well. But that's all there is to it as far as seeding goes. You would proceed through all the weight classes, And coaches then would have a nice view of what's going on. They'd get a free preview of the bracket just by hitting the seed button here. So there's what 113 would look like, and so on and so forth. Now, if you're not going to be keeping team score, let's say it's like a JV tournament that's an open or something like that, then it isn't going to matter so much. You've got multiple guys from the same team because you're not keeping track of team score anyway. So, like I said, repeat that for each weight class in your tournament. You have different options as far as the consolation format. This one has 3 options. Some sizes have only 1 option, like the 32-man bracket only has a true third place wrestleback, so everybody will have a shot. But other formats might have 2 choices. And again, descriptions of those choices can be found in the user manual for Matchmaker. So that's all there is to it as far as the seeding. I'm going to click Done here. The next step would be actually going about running our tournament, and that's where the video is probably going to split into 2 parts. The next one, depending on whether you're using paper or the electronic scoring. If you're using paper, things are pretty simple. Electronic scoring is also simple, but it takes a little bit of time to set things up. So we'll see you in the next video.